Good afternoon, everyone. You join me on what I hope is going to be an exciting new diary piece that I'm going to be doing to go on the Trakker website. I haven't had a chance to get out and do much of my own fishing this year. Don't feel sorry for me, I've been doing all sorts of other things, been on holiday and fishing abroad, going away with the missus, just sort of work things getting in the way really. Done the BCAC Carp comps this year as well, so been lucky enough to be doing some angling but not my own. I've got a ticket this year on the very well known and historic Essex Manor. It's fantastic water, and for those of you that know the place will know it's full of big carp, which is what excited me about coming here. Like I say, I haven't had a chance to get down here a great deal. First session was a bit disastrous. It was back in, I think it was back in June, I think it was the first time I got here, I'm sure it was June. I was really unwell, brought the missus, and we both ended up getting some sort of a sickness bug, so it was a disaster. Next time I come up, it was absolutely roasting hot, and I couldn't get on them. And then the time after that, they were spawning, so I haven't exactly had the best start. But I redeemed that last week. Unfortunately, didn't manage to get any video of it. I was waiting for a new microphone to come, so I was going to start my piece last week and couldn't. So that was last Tuesday night. Had a really nice, clean 38 and a bit mirror. Got some nice stills of it, but unfortunately no video. So yeah, off and running, really happy. And we're back here again today. It's Sunday night after that Tuesday, so I've got down here pretty quick, and the weather is bang on. It's nice low pressure, big wind on the water, and I've got in a sort of a nice area called Middle Pads, which is sort of this end of the right end of the wind, if you like. I couldn't get right in the corner, which is where I fancied a swim called End Pads. There's someone in there, a guy called Carp, and there's a few others on as well. I don't think everyone's staying, so I predict there'll be 3 or 4 on tonight maybe, which is pretty good for here. I think there was 9 or 10 on at the weekend, so it's better than that. But to be honest, they've been pretty well spread from what I hear, so yeah, we should be in with a chance. But yeah, I'm going to be doing this new diary piece, so I hope you enjoy it. Been enjoying doing the ball cams and that with Jerry, but we live so far apart we can't fish together all the time, so it's quite nice if I can do my own piece as well as sneaking out with Jerry when I can. It's not just going to be on here, I'm going to do it in my angling, so I like fishing for everything, and I'm sort of quite seasonal. I will fish for the carp right the way through the winter on here. It's got winter form, but I like my pike fishing, like my perch fishing, barbling, things like that. So I'm going to do a bit of that, make it a little bit different. Lucky enough to have a boat on the Thames as well, so I'm definitely going to be featuring that in it. Get out and either fish for some carp, like say barbel or perch, things like that. Just make it a little bit different to the norm. So yeah, I'm just going to have a cup of tea now. Reason this video is a bit rubbish and in the bivvy is because the weather's pretty grim. It looks like it's going to tip down any second, so I've had to do it in here, but quite confident going into the night. We're about 5:30 now, I think, so rods are out, nicely positioned, and I'm just looking over the camera there because you might have just seen one show as well, so yeah, feeling really good about it. As far as the fishing goes, fishing on here is really interesting. It's there's not a lot of fishing done at range, everything's done under your feet, which I absolutely love. So I've got a rod up the left, no more than about, I suppose it's about 6 wraps. One in front of me is literally probably a rod length off the end of the swim, and then the one at the right, no more than 5 or 6 rod lengths. Just been leading about, finding some sort of harder, firmer spots. It's nice clean ground, but there's sort of silty, horrible sort of weed on the bottom, and I've tried to sort of get out of that if I can. Not gone heavy with the bait, a few handfuls over each rod, and I'm matching what I'm putting out there, so nothing extravagant. So yeah, we'll see. Rods are out, feeling good. And yeah, it's a really exciting place to fish, like I say, because it's got so many big fish in here. So every time that alarm goes off, or when it does, sort of the legs go, and you're pretty excited because there's a chance it could be a real good one. And there's so many in here I'd like to catch. There's some really nice old strain ones, Averley strains, which are beautiful. I'd like to catch them, big old crooked backs and sort of withered fins. So yeah, no, I'm really excited. 1 to be here fishing now, but 2 to be doing this diary piece. I'm going to try and get some momentum going with it. Sort of force me to get out there and fish as well, which is quite good. Put a little bit of pressure on myself, and see what we can catch. But yeah, I'm going to finish this tea now, and then I'm probably going to have an early night because I had a wedding Saturday night, so I'm still feeling a bit from that. I've only had 4 or 5 hours sleep, so I'm going to try and get an early-ish night if I can. But yeah, we'll see if we can show you a fish in the night or in the morning, or if not, we shall catch up and I'll let you know what I haven't caught. See you later. Well, how about that then? I am absolutely buzzing with that. I said it looked good for a bite, but I did not expect to have one that early. Like I say, it was that rod that I said I was fishing short, just out in front. And what a fish, 40 pound 4 ounce common. Not sure which one it is. Lucky enough, one of the members, Cole, was in a swim called M-Pads. Texted him, and luckily he was up and he's flown around and done the business like a legend. So we got all the pictures done and got a little bit of video of it, as you've probably seen. And yeah, absolutely made up, can't believe it. Couldn't have asked for more. So it's another fish, keeps the momentum going, and it looks good for more, to be honest. Didn't cause any disturbance to the left or right rod, so managed to get that back out there, and we're back in play. But what a fight. I mean, I've never known anything like it. It's actually slightly straight in my hook, which is just bonkers. It was just literally rucking and rucking, and I could not get it to come up. At one point I thought it might be a catfish, just because it was just going and going, I couldn't get it to come up, but it wasn't. It's just a hard fighting fish. Yeah, and you can see why. Look at it, it's built like a machine. So yeah, absolutely blown away, and yeah, still got plenty of time, so we could end up having another one yet. Well, good morning. It is the morning after, and as you can see, I'm still smiling. No more in the night, unfortunately, but I don't think that's going to bother me too much. I'm still dining out on that common. Absolutely stunning. Just been looking back on the pictures. What a creature. So I'm absolutely made up. I've got to shoot off to work now. I suppose it must be about 7:45, so I've hung it out a little bit. It's quite blustery again this morning. A little bit clearer, a little bit of sun keeps poking its head out. But I am coming back later on after work, so I'm going to go and do what I've got to do, get all that sorted out, and hopefully I'll be back here late afternoon, because I am going to do another night. The conditions are just too good, and I just feel like I can get back on them. There's not loads of people on the lake. I haven't seen anything this morning, but from talking to the members that have been on here a few years and that know their onions a bit more than me, and they seem to be in this square, if you like, where I am, they seem to stay for a little while, unless there's a new wind, and there's not. It's a pretty stale wind now, to be honest, and it's only getting stronger, so I can't see them going anywhere. If anything, it's going to be sitting out in this middle pocket, so I think we will have a chance of another one, fingers crossed. So yeah, I'm going to shoot off to work now, get that done, and then we will catch up a bit later on. See you later. Right, well, we're back down. Got my work wrapped up a little bit quicker than I thought. I was done by about 4:15. It's probably about 20 to 5 now, and I've just dropped them back out in the same swim. Had a bit of a dilemma, really. The wind sort of got up, started hacking down the other end, but it's not due to stay there, so it was a bit of a predicament, because I see one show down the bottom end of the pond as you first come on as well, and it was either make the decision to come round here, get the rest of my kit and go round to the beginning of the lake, or stay put where I've had that fish last night, and where everything's sort of settled and I know what bait's out there. I've decided to stay here. Hopefully I don't regret it. Looks really good. We had a load of rain come over in the last sort of half hour, an hour, and the wind's been swirling all over the place, and like I say, predominantly been blowing down the other end, but it is due to go back the other way. So my only hope is that they haven't all done the off. I think it's going to be quiet tonight. I know one of the lads is coming down. I expect we'll get a little bit of food, but I don't know if there's going to be anyone else here but me and him, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But we'll keep you informed, and if I don't have anything between now and the morning, that'll be the end of this session. But I am due back at the weekend. Luckily enough, the missus is coming down, and I've managed to talk her into coming fishing, so I should do her a nice barbecue, and we should have a couple of nights at the weekend, so we'll catch up then if nothing else happens here. But it does look good, and I'm going to go into the night pretty confident after last night, so we'll see. Well, good morning. We are back at the manor. It's Saturday morning. I actually got here yesterday after work. but it was absolutely tipping down with rain on and off, so didn't do anything to camera, just got the rods out and did the night. Nothing to report, I'm afraid. A lovely evening, really nice, but autumn's well and truly here. Nights are drawing in, getting colder at night as well. Feels lovely, to be honest. Feels really, really nice, sort of carpy conditions, if you like. Woke up this morning to a beautiful sunrise, and it's in and out now. It's a lovely morning. The reason why I'm not talking particularly loud is because I am actually at the front of the swim, and it's bite time on here. Any time between sort of 7 and 10 o'clock seems to be the hottest time for bites, if you like. So yeah, sitting here full of anticipation. Got a bit of time still. The missus is coming down today. I mentioned that last time, said I dragged her down for the weekend, so that's good. She should be here by 7 o'clock, something like that. So I've got the day, got a little bit of work to do today, so I'm just going to sit on the bed and try and forget about the rods for a bit, because it can get a bit like that on here. They can show themselves quite a bit, and you sit there almost a bit frustrated. So if you can keep yourself occupied at the back of the swim, tends to be the best way on here, I'm finding anyway. But I can't complain, you know, still dining off the back of that lovely common last week, and obviously still a nice part of the season still to go, so really looking forward to these next sort of 5-6 weeks. I always think you've got to make the most of this time of year, because before you know it, we're in the depths of winter, and you just sit at home wishing that you'd made the most of all the time you had. So that's exactly what I'm planning to do now. Like I say, I haven't been able to get here at all in the summer, so I'm going to take full advantage of the next 5 or 6 weeks and just go as much as I can and try and capture a majority of it on here if I can. But like I said before, I am going to do a few other bits on this blog, some other types of fishing. I think it'll be a lot of barbel fishing and a lot of pike fishing. Some of the pike fishing will actually be on here, because I've just found out there's some nice ones in here, which is a right advantage. It's almost like a double ticket for me now. So yeah, looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm going to carry on watching the water, and like I said, it is bite time, so you never know. We could end up doing something to camera in the next few hours, but with a nice big manor carp. But if we don't, we'll catch up a bit later on and let you know what's been happening. See you in a bit. Well, what a result. We've only gone and had one. I said she might bring me luck, and now she's on camera duty. What a result, I couldn't believe it. We just turned in for the night. It's probably about 11:15. A couple of single bleeps on the rod down the right hand side. Where I'm fishing a running lead, it had kited on the slack line. I see the line picking up, hit into it, and we've had a great scrap with what looks like a lovely mirror. So we'll get it out and show you. Is the microphone on? Yeah.
I don't know, it's blue and green.
Yeah. Right. Well, there she is. Check that out. What an absolute perler. 28 pound and a couple of ounces. And it's quite funny really, because we were sat there having a cup of tea, me and Kitty, about 2 hours ago. She said, I think you're going to have one, but I don't think you're going to have a real monster. I think it's going to be a 28 or a 30. And then we've gone and had this 28 too, so we were just laughing about it just now. What an absolute cracker. Lovely withered old tail on him, look at it. Well pleased with this one. Let's get a look at the other side of it. Oh, look at that. Equally as pretty on this side. One absolute cracker. Absolutely made up with this. Get a couple of stills of it, get it back, and the night's still young, you never know. We could have another one. Fantastic. Well, we've just had a mega result. After landing that lovely 28-2 in the night, rod's just ramped off. It's just about to get light, but there's a no retaining rule on here, so I'm just going to have to do it with the lights. Hopefully it showed us fish off in all its glory. It's one of the ones I really wanted to catch when I joined here. They're an Aveley strain. I think this one might be called the Bulldog, but I'm not 100%, because there's a few that are similar, just got a few different characteristics, and I'm not that familiar with them. All I know is that I wanted to catch one, and I have. Oh, the weight, 33 pound 10 ounces. So let's have a look. Whoops. Look at that, what a character. These really are an amazing strain. Really wanted to catch a few of these when I joined here. There's a couple a little bit bigger as well, or at least one bigger, I know that, called Popeye. But this will do me. I'm absolutely chuffed to bits. What a carp. Oh. And there's the other side. Equally as pretty, as I'm sure you'll agree. What a carp. I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with this. Bringing the missus has brought me that little bit of luck. I'll tell you what, the fight was incredible. Playing that in my pants for a good half hour, I'm convinced of it. And it was absolutely freezing mist. So yeah, chuffed to bits, what a carp. Right guys, we've come to the end of this session and what's going to be the end of this diary piece. Just the rods left in the water, giving it that last 5 minutes like we do. But I don't think I could ask for any more than what I've had. 2 fantastic fish this session, and just what's topped off an amazing 10 days, you know. Having that fish of 38, then the 40-pound common, and then fish of 28 and 33. I really have had a fantastic start to my autumn campaign here on the manor. But like I said to you before, this really is my favourite time of year, and I'm going to do my very best to get here as much as possible during September and October before I turn my hand to some of the other species I like fishing for, which again I'm going to try and capture near as much as possible. But I hope you're enjoying this. I'm enjoying doing it. You know, I'm learning all the time. A bit of a novice with the camera, so hopefully my skills on that will improve as we go on. But really appreciate you watching, and remember, you ain't going to catch them sat at home, so get yourselves out there. See you next time.